little boy coming to my house, beating on my door with a whip, trying to attack my daughter.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about a wow video that is going viral involving a neighborhood dispute, okay, between two neighbors. Now, this story has a racial element to it that, is obvious, okay, and we got to talk about it, okay, as there was, again, two neighbors, right? One neighbor is black and another neighbor is white, okay, or appears to be white, right? And the white neighbor's son showed up to the black neighbor's house banging on the door, right? Not only was the son, and this is like a 9-year-old boy, banging on the door, he was banging on the door with a whip, right? I mean, there's literally video of the child holding a whip at the door, okay? Now, the woman that answers the door has a daughter, and she accuses this little boy of trying to attack her daughter with a whip or something like that, I guess. I'm not sure. But she basically, again, had a problem with him banging on the door and sends him on his way, tells him not to come back, stop banging on the door, blah, blah, blah. And then I guess later on, the father, okay, the black father, goes over to the white neighbor's house to confront the father, the white father, about his son's activities, right? Banging on his door with a whip. And let's just say that things get out of hand and go completely off the rails when this confrontation happens. Take a look.
Hey guys, so check out this video of this little boy coming to my house, beating on my door with a whip, trying to attack my daughter. Take a look at this. Also, please like, share, and comment.
Little boy, you better get your ass from off my porch beating on my door like this. I will call the police. You need to leave. Don't you ever beat on my goddamn door like that. Go. Okay.
So as the video progresses, my husband goes over to speak to his father about what just took place.
Across the street.
Take a look at this.
You got video?
Come over here.
Not really. We have it on video. All right, get off my property. Seriously.
He has a gun behind his back.
Because you ain't coming over here talking nicely. You're accusing my son. I'm showing you the video.
We're showing you the video.
You ain't showing me the video of him scratching your car. Get off my plant. That's my vine. Get off my plant.
Baby, get off the vine.
I ain't even gonna go there.
No, not him worried about this dead ass vine.
Thank you.
You owe me a plant if I don't owe you shit. I bet you want to bring your mother.
Can you please stop, sir? All we want to do is just talk to you civil.
That's the problem. You and your kids want to play the victim. Your son came over here.
Guys, I was literally in shock.
Baby, please no.
Your son came over here with a whip. Bring his ass over here again.
Please. You have a gun.
Come over here on my side and see what the
Have a.
We called the police twice. Luckily, this time he went to jail.
I've already come out before.
Come on, let's do it. No, baby, get back. Oh my
This
God.
idiot pulls the trigger and almost shoots himself and his daughter.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I am honestly surprised that exchange happened with no racial slurs from either side being thrown out there at each other, considering, again, the obvious racial element to what's going on in this situation. And I think, listen, most reasonable people can agree who's in the right and who's in the wrong when it comes to the situation, okay? I mean, look, I don't necessarily know exactly how the black neighbor, the black father, confronted the white father initially, right? I'm not necessarily sure if he came up to the door and was like banging himself. It's like, hey, your son came over here with a whip, blah, blah, I'm so pissed off, blah, blah. Which, again, I can understand if he started the conversation like that, I can understand why the white father would be upset, right? I can understand why he would not want to actually listen to what the guy is saying, okay, if you are confrontational like that. Or he could have came up to the father and was very, civil about it. He could have said, hey, I hate to be doing this, but, your son came over to my house and he was knocking on my door, banging on my door with a whip. We caught this on camera and I thought that you should know about it because this behavior is unacceptable and, we think that it should be addressed or something like that, right? I'm not exactly sure how it started, but I do think that regardless, it is kind of understandable for the black father to be heated, considering how there is video of this little boy knocking on his door with a whip, okay? And there's all types of questions in my head about, first of all, how in the world that little boy get a whip like that, and who taught him that was okay for him to do, okay? So with that being said, I mean, you do have those neighbors, and everybody knows they have these kind of neighbors, right, in their neighborhood who believe that their children can do no wrong. Whether that's causing problems in the neighborhood, whether that's in school, whether that's in daycare, wherever, right? We all know those parents who think that their kids can do no wrong, okay? And when confronted about the wrongdoings of their children, they get offended, right? They get real offended, and they start going off on the person that is simply telling them about the bad behaviors of their kids, right? Most of the time, those kids grow up to not necessarily be great, productive citizens in society, okay? Because their parents basically failed to raise them in a way in which they respect the people around them, right? Obviously, it seems like this little kid is lacking that. Evidenced by the fact that that father was simply uninterested in even looking at the video of his kid, his son, banging on somebody's door with a whip, right? He's not even interested in seeing his child do something that I think everybody can agree is just wrong. That children should not be doing that, okay? And it is justifiable as to why the black neighbors were upset about this, okay? And why they were confronting the white father about the behavior of his son. Behavior that I believe could probably endanger other kids in the neighborhood. Because if kids are running around outside playing or whatever, and this kid is running around here with a whip and he's whipping doors, who's to say he won't be out here whipping kids, right? Who's to say he won't be doing that? I'm just saying. I mean, we got it on video, right? Of him whipping doors. I feel like he may use the whip on actual people, okay? So with that being said, when things got very heated, okay, during this exchange, and the white father tells the black father to, you know, get off his property or whatever, it's good on the black father that he actually did that, okay? Because we've seen situations in terms of how this goes. When somebody tells you to get off their property, you need to do it, right? Regardless of whether you're in the right or the wrong, in regards to why you own the property, right? You need to get off that person's property, okay? Because there are people who take that stuff very seriously. Once that person says get off their property, then you're trespassing at that point. At that point, you got to let the police handle it. So it's good on the black father that he did walk off the property, because the white father showed that, hey, you know what? I'm willing to use a weapon to protect my house, okay? In which the weapon at one point actually went off, right? Now, the mother in the video, the black mother, alleges that he almost shot himself and his daughter, which again, in my opinion, doesn't seem that this guy was very responsible in regards to discharging that gun like that. So, I mean, hey, that could be reasonable. He could have put himself and his own family in danger doing that. But I'm just saying, when it comes to the black father, it's a good thing that he backed off the property. He did the right thing by getting off the property, letting cooler heads prevail, and not putting himself in a situation where his ego was going to cause him to lose his life, okay? Because that is what happens, right? In situations like that, you got two men that are in the heat of the moment, and one of them has a weapon. Again, we've seen situations where that ends badly for a guy who was in the right, okay? And the situation I'm thinking about off the top of my head is that situation that happened in Lubbock, Texas, in which you had the father get shot and killed by a stepdad when the father was trying to get his kids, right? He was trying to take custody of his kids, and he pulled up to the property to get his kids. His kids weren't there. The stepfather told the father to get off his property, and the dad wouldn't do it. The stepfather went in the house, got his weapon, and then ended up killing the guy. Now, fast forward 6 or 7, 8 months later, the stepfather was not charged with murder or anything like that, and it was found that he acted in self-defense. Again, a lot of people at the time thought that that was murder. However, because he told the biological father to get off his property, and the biological father refused to get off his property, at that point, you know, you have situations like that happen, okay, where people lose their lives. So I'm very happy to see that this situation did not escalate to that, because that could have easily happened considering the circumstances. But like I said, I'm just glad that nobody was killed, okay? That nobody lost their life over a simple kind of neighborhood dispute that should have ended with a civil conversation in which the boy that had the whip, he should have been punished by his parents, and, you know, that should have been the end of it. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.